Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 35 of my show, but this is about Episode 38. But before I start talking about it, I just want to mention something very quickly. Since we're on episode 38, that means the next video I am going to be covering is going to be part 1 of the 2-part Doomsday episode, which, as I've told you guys multiple times, the final two-parters start at episode 39 and go to episode 40, and then episode 49 to episode 50, and then every single episode after that is one singular one. Oh, also one other little thing I just want to mention very quickly. Once we get to the 40 segment, we will have 20 more episodes left, basically. So, since episode 40 is part 2 of the 2-part episode Doomsday, technically, the halfway mark of the first season, in a technical sense, the halfway mark of the first season starts at episode 39 but ends at episode 40. But in actuality, the halfway mark of the first season is the 40 segment. I'm just getting that out of the way. And now getting into the actual episode. Now, I'm going to try to make this video as quick as I possibly can because of the fact that, well, it's a Monday. I don't upload Mondays, but this Monday is part of a long weekend, so I figured might as well. Oh, and now that I've thought about it, we're also, since we're in November, that means we're also getting close to Christmas, so expect a side video to come out for my channel for that when it gets closer to December. I just thought I'd mention that. And anyway, now getting into the actual episode. Enough getting off topic. I'm sorry about that, guys. This is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 35 of my show. But this is about Episode 38. And Episode 38 in the original Power Rangers series is known as A Bad Reflection on You. Now, as the name of the episode states, the monster the Rangers will fight this time is going to be a mirror-based monster, except for the slight catch. Oh my god. And since this episode starts off with Rita's character, I'm just going to mention, this is the first of 2 times in Power Rangers, at least in the first season, where she'll create her own evil versions of Power Rangers. But in this episode's case, the ones that she creates are basically 4 of the 5 Rangers are just putties given a Ranger form, whereas the 5th one is actually a mirror-based monster, which kind of makes sense because it's called A Bad Reflection on You. Anyway, now getting into it, she's like, I'm so sick of those do-gooders. I can't remember, but I think she said some of the same things she says in earlier episodes. And basically she comes up with this plan that involves the mirror monster that Finster had created to basically basically frame the Power Rangers and hurt their reputation, basically. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but that's sort of hilarious. Oh my god. And then, after she sends the mirror monster with some putties down to Earth, basically what happens is they take the appearance of the Rangers' human forms in the school and cause a little bit of trouble. And by a little bit of trouble, I mean, before I actually continue, I just want to mention something as well. I would have uploaded this video yesterday, but yesterday I went to see Thor Ragnarok, and by the time I got back, it was kind of late, so that's why I'm uploading this now. I wanted to get that out of the way. Besides, it was the long weekend anyway, so if I miss uploading any videos, it's okay in this case because it's a long weekend because of, well, it's Remembrance Day in Canada today. That's why this Monday's a day off, is because this past Saturday was Remembrance Day. That's why. So that's kind of why I had a bit of a day off over the weekend, and that's why I've been uploading a couple of videos this weekend. I didn't upload one last weekend because of the fact that I went to that Thor movie last weekend, which is that Thor Ragnarok, which is, I'm thinking it's probably the second or so last one. Well, it's probably the last, one of the last ones. Let me think. I'm just gonna get off topic here. Let's see, I think after Thor Ragnarok, it's gonna be Black Panther, and then maybe Infinity War. I'm not sure. Black Panther might come out after that. Yeah, it's probably. Sorry if you hear me mumbling in the video. I'm just trying to think of what movie in Marvel Cinematic Universe is coming out next. So if you hear me mumble in the video like that, I completely apologize about that. Anyway, basically, as I was saying, now getting back into the actual episode for 1 second, now getting back on topic with the actual video, Rita, as I said, Rita sends the putties and the mirror monster down disguised as the Rangers in their human forms and cause a little bit of trouble. And by a little bit of trouble, I mean in this case, they pull this prank with the water fountain in the school, and then Skull basically has the different version of Kimberly that's there if you want to go on a date with her, and she says sure, meat lips, and then after that, after they're done, well, what happened was when another nerd friend that was a friend of Billy's came over to his duplicate, he oh my god, he did this weird thing with a book, I can't remember, and then Mr. Kaplan comes over to the drinking fountain, and then after that, the clone's prank with it goes off, and then afterward, it's caused a little bit of a ruckus with the water fountain. The putty that's disguised as Jason says that basically this is, well, I don't know if it's one of the putties, but I think it's the mirror monster. he says in Jason's form that this is just the beginning. Oh my god! I'm sorry, but that's kind of hilarious. And then the duplicates leave, and then the real versions of the Rangers show up. But when they do show up to help Mr. Kaplan out, he freaks out at them because he thinks they were the ones that pulled that water fountain prank because of the fact. But it really wasn't them because it was their duplicates, like the ones that were the putties, and I'm guessing the mirror monster in disguise. Basically, oh my god! And then basically what happened after that is he sends them to detention, and then when he sends Jason and his friends into detention, basically, shortly after that, the copycats in the Ranger forms this time start attacking the city, and then the Red Ranger copycats has no mercy, basically, and they start blasting the place, and basically what happens after that. Actually, I'm gonna backtrack here 1 second. Actually, I skipped ahead there. I apologize. They said that, basically what happens is after that, after Mr. Kaplan is explaining to Jason and his friends about how the water fountain prank that they pulled was the height of delinquency, basically, and then he leaves for a little bit, and then he tries to explain to them what happened, what's the rules of what happens in detention. Then Bulk basically says that he doesn't have to because he's been in detention enough time so that he can remind Jason and the others what the rules are for it and stuff. And then basically after that he leaves for a little bit. And then after that, Jason is wondering what's going on. Jason and the rest of the Rangers are wondering what's going on, and then basically Jason also tells the rest of the Rangers that Skull thinks he has a date with Kimberly, and then Billy makes a kind of like a sarcastic remark where he says that not even Skull's that mentally deficient. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Anyway, and then the duplicate versions. Well, actually, what happens is after Mr. Kaplan leaves, Bulk tells, I can't remember, but I think it's Jason. He tells Jason to get out of his seat because he's sitting in his spot, and then basically says it has his name on it, and he says B-U-U-L-K, and then I can't remember, but I think it might be Trini that basically says that's not even spelled right, which, well, it kind of is correct that it's not really spelled right because it's got an extra U. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Getting a little grammar thing there out of the way. Sorry. That's my... I decided to mention that. It's a small detail, but I thought I'd mention it. Anyway. And then it goes to a scene where the duplicate versions of the Rangers are, and they start attacking the citizens in the city, and then... Actually, they start attacking the city, and then basically after that, Bulk starts setting up his detention survival kit, which is basically his lunchbox, because it's got lunch-based food and a TV and stuff. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but that's kind of hilarious. Oh my god. I'm sorry, that's so hilarious. And then he's watching this show with Skull, and then basically after that, what basically happens is when they're watching the show, the news report comes on that the Power Rangers attacked the citizens of Angel Grove undaunted, which isn't true really, because it is sort of, but it's not really, because it's a monster and a couple of putties disguised as the Rangers, basically. And then after Jason sees versions of the Rangers attacking the city, he says that's bogus, and then he says but he knows that because of the 3 Ranger code rules, he had to keep his identity a secret, so he says that basically the Power Rangers would never do something like that. And then later on, another news report with the Rangers comes on. Well, of the duplicate Rangers attacking the city comes on, because there's 2 reports at the time. There's one that comes on before that, and another one comes on after it. And the news reporter this time is saying that the Power Rangers who once fought on the side of good are causing trouble. And then Jason basically says that it's probably... and then basically what happens is, after that, Alpha is watching the news report on the viewing globe, and he says that the Power Rangers would never fight on the side of evil. And then Zordon says that he's correct. This is Rita's doing. And he also says that Rita's reached a new low this time, which is kind of true. She kind of has reached a new low by using a mirror-based monster and some putties to create evil clones of the Power Rangers to cause damage to the city and tarnish their reputation, basically, which is completely true in this case. And then after that, Jason basically says that then it goes back into a scene where the Rangers are in a detention room, and then basically Jason is telling the others that it's gotta be one of... They're wondering what it is, and then he's making, like, he's saying that basically it's gotta be one of Rita's tricks. So they decide to morph to their Ranger forms to deal with their doubles, basically. But they also know that they can't morph with Bulk and Skull standing there, so because if they did, that would be revealing their identities, basically. So basically what they do is Zach puts a blindfold on Bulk, and he tells him to count to a certain number, I think 10 or so, and then after that, they morph to their Ranger forms afterward, and they go to deal with their... And then after that, they go to deal with their doubles, and then basically what happens is Bulk and Skull are looking for the Rangers because they're kind of like basically playing a game of hide and seek, kind of, even though they're not really hiding. And then basically then the Power Rangers start fighting their evil doubles, which, as I said, most of the evil clone Rangers are basically, most of them are just, the colors blue, yellow, black, and pink are all putties, but the Red Ranger one is actually a mirror-based monster. And then when the Rangers show up to deal with the doubles, they start fighting and they manage to defeat... Oh, after that, what happens is, after a little miscommunication with Kimberly and Trini as to, because of the doubles look exactly like the originals, so it's hard to tell friend from foe in this case. But after that, they managed to defeat the clones one by one, and then Rita starts getting a little upset that the Rangers are doing it to her again, like beating her basically. And then they managed to basically defeat their evil clones. And then after that, what basically happens is after they defeat the mirror monster, the townspeople of Angel Grove are going over to congratulate them, and one of them says that they saw the whole thing and it was so terrible how those evil clones were able to frame them. And one of the male townspeople is saying that they knew they wouldn't let them down, not the real Rangers. And then basically what happens is after that, I'm guessing Rita gets upset that she lost again, especially in this case since she tried to frame the Rangers by having evil clones destroy the city and stuff. And then basically after that, a news reporter is basically saying that so the Power Rangers have been found have been cleared of all charges for the damages that were caused by the clones. And then it goes back into a scene where the Rangers are in their human forms. Well, first what happens is Bulk and Skull are still looking for the Rangers inside the school. But after they can't find them, what basically happens is Bulk goes over to talk to Mr. Kaplan to try to snitch on Jason and the others, because to him, he thinks that they hightailed it, basically, like they broke out. And then Mr. Kaplan says that he's wondering if it's true and so on, and he says he highly doubts it, and basically Bulk tells him to come look. But Mr. Kaplan tells him alright, but if they're in there, he and Skull will be doing detention by the age of 30, and then Skull basically says what's another couple of years, and then the Rangers are actually inside there. And then after that, what basically happens is Mr. Kaplan is telling them that basically he hopes they learned their lesson and stuff. And then Bulk is trying to explain to the Rangers, he's telling them how they managed to do what they did. And then after that, Mr. Kaplan says that he'll see Bulk and Skull in detention tomorrow, and that's basically where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, I am going to try to post it today. So if you guys like this video when I post it, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I will see you guys probably Wednesday for the next video. But until then, guys, like I always tell you with this series, just please give this video the real best you guys can, and Like I always tell you with this series, may the power protect you always.